The women's division is hotting up, and Io Shirai has a new challenger for the NXT Women's Championship. All your NXT news and the review is coming up, so stay tuned. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Max. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are discussing NXT. This was a really good episode. It was always going to be hard to follow up from Halloween Havoc, which was a absolutely brilliant show. But this was a pretty good show, really good wrestling, short on entertainment, which I think has been NXT's downfall in the past few months. Just really good shows, really good wrestling shows, but not a lot of entertainment value. But we had a few angles set up here, a few things are kind of falling into place. So I can't wait to talk about it with you guys today. Right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the like button as well. Hit the notification bell as well so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into this NXT review. So the show kicked off with Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai. Obviously, Dakota Kai attacked Ember Moon last week at Halloween Havoc. And this was a really good match. You know, NXT's women's division, there's so much that's been spoken about it and how good it really is. And I think this particular episode really demonstrated the strength and depth of this division. And, you know, there's a few women that are at the top that are kind of breaking away from the rest, but even the rest are very, very good. And Ember Moon and Dakota Kai had a really strong showing here. It was a solid match. You know, this is a solid 7.5, 7 out of 10 sort of match. Really good, brutal in places, pretty aggressive from both. The match finished when it looked like Ember Moon was actually going to go up top for the Eclipse. Dakota Kai was slowly getting up, getting ready to take that move when Raquel Gonzalez jumped onto the apron, distracted the referee, which ultimately distracted Dakota Kai. There wasn't shenanigans or anything, no low blows or anything like that. It just caused a distraction. Dakota Kai then gave her GTS off the top of the rope to Ember Moon and pinned Ember Moon. So that was a bit of a surprise because obviously Ember Moon's just come back, probably looking to build some momentum. But Dakota Kai got the win here, which probably adds some distance to this feud. So really good result for Dakota Kai. And of course, Raquel Gonzalez looking strong following her defeat to Rhea Ripley last week. So again, like I say, really solid match to open the show, really solid women's match on the card, just showcasing how strong this women's division in NXT is. Next up, we had Cameron Grimes versus Kushida. Cameron Grimes had done a promo before the match, and he was kind of still jumpy and scared from everything that happened in the what was it, Halloween haunted horror match or whatever it was called, the haunted house match. He was still selling it. He saw the zombie ref backstage as well, and that made him jump and run. And you know, as soon as Kushida's kind of displaying this new attitude he's had, and you know he's gonna go for the arm. That's all the whole match was centered around, again, Kushida kind of trying to break down Cameron Grimes and go for the arm and stuff like that. And really good match again between these guys. This was probably the best men's bout on the card, in my opinion. Cameron Grimes is a phenomenal wrestler and he's doing really good character work right now. I'm still questioning how high his ceiling really is, like with this kind of goofy gimmick. You know, can he go all the way to the top with it? Definitely mid card, I would say. Definitely North American champion one day, but all the way to the top is yet to be seen. Is yet to be seen. But yeah, Kushida, brilliant best at the moment. He's really putting out some top performances. And it came to a point in the match where both men, I think they were doing a move in the corner and the referee was unfortunately behind them and the referee got squashed. The referee tried to kind of stay out of way while he was recuperating, but then I think Cameron Grimes inadvertently kicked him out the ring. So then there's no referee in the ring. And again, no shenanigans in terms of low blows or getting weapons or anything like that. Both men still were wrestling, trying to wrestle the match. There was a submission hold on Cameron Grimes. He tapped, but obviously no one was there to register it. There was a time when Cameron Grimes had Kushida pinned, but I think Kushida, yeah, again, no one was there to register it. Now, the referee, the zombie referee, came out from the back. Obviously, the current referee in the match was knocked out, and Cameron Grimes freaked out, and he went literally running around the ring until that distracted him effectively. Kushida managed to put a hoverboard lock on him, and Cameron Grimes tapped out. So Kushida gets the win here. I do think Cameron Grimes does need to start picking up some meaningful wins. But yeah, maybe this comedy character is kind of doing it for him right now. So yeah, they go forward with that. But yeah, good win for Kushida. Next up, we had Drake Maverick and Killian Dane versus Everrise. So this was obviously, these guys have been in a bit of a feud over the last couple of weeks, especially as Drake Maverick and Killian Dane have been forming their tag team. And this match was not very long before the Kings of Wrestling, like they're being called, came out. So yeah, like I say, there's a bit of back and forth between Drake Maverick and Killian Dane using Drake Maverick as, you know, this battering ram, using him to injure the opponents and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't last long before Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch rolled up to the arena and came in through the back and straight to the ring area, and they cleared house. They literally got rid of Drake Maverick and Killian Dane, and got Everrise out the ring. Everrise, I think I saw a quick shot of them celebrating on the entranceway that they had won the match because of the disqualification. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, got these guys all out of the ring and then took to the mic. And you know, when Pat McAfee's talking, is very well known now. Once he's talking, you got to listen because the guy's a really good talker. However, this segment felt a bit long in terms of the promo that was delivered. The piping in of the crowd noise was really unbearable. A lot of loud boos, which was, you know, I understand what they were trying to do, but it was muffling what, you know, the competitors were saying. You couldn't really hear these guys talk well into the mic. And the likes of Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, especially, they're not like known talkers. They're not really known mic men. So it was difficult to hear them and stuff like that. But basically, Pat McAfee and the boys were saying that, you know, they are now the premier 4-man group in NXT, that they've all had kind of a run-in with Undisputed era. Pete Dunne's was obviously when Roderick Strong turned back on him during the Dusty Rhodes tournament all those years ago. Pat McAfee's obviously Adam Cole, and obviously the tag guys in the group, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, have had their run-ins with Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan in the past. So good motivation as to why this group was put together. They were pretending as if they were going to put Undisputed Era's banner into the rafters as a show of respect for what they've done around here, but now they're the guys. That didn't happen. They set their banner on fire instead, which I was quite like, whoa, like they started a fire in the middle of the ring. Let's hope this doesn't go wrong. But yeah, they done that, set it on fire. And then yeah, these guys walked out the arena again the same way they came in. Killian Dane attacked Pat McAfee on his way out, but they all kind of got involved and beat up Killian Dane, including him being sandwiched in between the car door, and Pete Dunne kicked the car door, which hit Killian Dane, which looked pretty rough. Pat McAfee said, yeah, that was probably a bit over the top, but, you know, we'll talk about it. We saw the Pete Dunne shoulder shrug. I'm liking what these guys are doing. Danny Burch is a bit over the top, I think. Maybe he's really trying to, you know, come across as a heel. He's probably a bit overdoing it, but, you know, I'm not mad at it right now. Pete Dunne, he's not a talker, and he's not someone that shows much emotion, you know, apart from in the match. So he is very kind of mundane. These like guys are moving around like loud mouths and stuff like that, and he is very kind of mundane and just quiet and just looking. Maybe he can just be the muscle of the group, but I really think Pete Dunne needs a championship. I really think, you know, he needs either the main title, the NXT men's title, or the North American championship. Let me know what you guys think. I think he's a perfect contender for it, especially as that top wrestler within this faction. So, but yeah, character-wise, I'm not quite sure if he fits in with the loudness of this group. But only time will tell how things kind of go on with this. But I can't help but think this is going to lead to a War Games match between Kings of NXT, if that's what they're calling themselves, and Undisputed Era. So that will be a very good match when that happens. That's all I'm waiting for at this point, the War Games match. I wonder when they're going to announce that, because I don't think they've announced any upcoming takeover or anything like that just yet. So we'll look out for that. Guys, before we finish off with today's review, if you're enjoying the review, please remember to hit the thumbs up button, give us a like. It thoroughly helps us right here at WrestleManiac UK, and it does loads for the channel. So I thoroughly appreciate it if you can hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. Next up on the card, Shotzi Blackheart versus Toni Storm in what I think was the best match on the night. The women's division is on fire. The women's division in NXT is on fire. It is really, really good. And this was, again, I think Shotzi Blackheart didn't come in her tank originally and came into the ring kind of all guns blazing, thinking that Toni Storm had done something to her tank. It turns out it wasn't actually Toni Storm. But this match was very frantic. Shotzi Blackheart at her reckless abandonment best. Jeff Hardy, you literally has nothing on this woman. She's crazier than him, literally. I don't know if she's quite an adrenaline junkie like him, but her in-ring style, very, very kind of comparable to Jeff Hardy. And Toni Storm was great as well. There was a long parts where she kind of took charge in this match. In this match. And I think it's just testament again. I'm talking about the women's division a lot, but it's just testament to just say how many guys, or should I say gals, are there at the top of this division. Just as the match was coming to an end, there was a nearly a 10 count. Shotzi Blackheart rolled back into the ring. The Titron came on, and Candice LeRae was with Shotzi Blackheart's tank. And at first I was thinking, why is Candice LeRae here? Forgetting that Shotzi Blackheart inserted herself into Candice LeRae and Io Shirai's ladder match last week on Halloween Havoc. So Candice LeRae had the tank, said that she was going to look after it. This distracted Shotzi Blackheart completely, and Toni Storm ran in, kind of rolled her up, and got the win. After the match, Candice LeRae was like, look, I can't hang around here any longer. A massive kind of monster truck pulled up, a four-wheeler. Whoever was driving it got out the front seat pretty quick. Candice LeRae got in the driver's seat and drove over the tank. And you could literally just hear Shotzi Blackheart screaming in the background, going mad. This solidified, Candice LeRae as a heel. If anyone thought she was just an obnoxious tweener or something like that, no, she was a heel. She is a heel. She, told Shotzi Blackheart, we're even now. And you could even see in the back of the car, this Grim Reaper figure was with Candice LeRae. So the Grim Reaper, the Grim Reaper was very much still involved in this storyline, and I guess we're going to see a Shotzi Candice LeRae program going forward. I did think we were going to still see Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, and Candice LeRae was eventually going to beat Io, but not quite, not just yet. And talking about the Grim Reaper, there was a segment earlier where Johnny Gargano was at home with his North American Championship, saying that he loves wheels all of a sudden, I guess, because he's now he came into his favor where he won the North American Championship, and he was playing some type of board game with the Grim Reaper. So it is still to be known who this Grim Reaper is. I bet it's still Indy Hartwell, but it's funny because weeks before Halloween Havoc, Indy Hartwell showed herself. She wasn't hiding, it wasn't a masked figure. She showed her allegiance to the Garganos. So why all of a sudden is this person wearing masks and stuff? We shall see. And just closing off on a women's division for today, Io Shirai laid out a challenge to Rhea Ripley, saying that she wants her next, sort of thing, and Rhea Ripley has accepted. So Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley is going to be the program going forward for the NXT Women's Championship. That is going to be great. Are we going to see Rhea Ripley regain this championship? I'd love to hear you guys' comments below. I think Io has to kind of climb over that hill of Rhea Ripley, and then maybe drop it to somebody else. I don't think Rhea Ripley is going to be NXT Women's Champion again. And if she does, it might just be showing that long term they are kind of building the division around her, and she maybe isn't going to move to the main roster anytime soon. But I mean, they've just done drafts anyway, so maybe not. But yeah, Io, Rhea Ripley coming up soon. We had a live episode of Timothy Thatcher's Thatch Can, where he obviously goes through different maneuvers against some of his trainees, apparently, again, holding these holds for too long and basically bullying his trainees. Until one of his trainees, which I think was on the show with him a couple of weeks ago, Anthony Green, ran into the ring and attacked Timothy Thatcher. So Anthony Green's not taking any more of this crap, and Timothy Thatcher was kind of surprised, taken by surprise. So I'm guessing we're going to see some type of Anthony Green, Timothy Thatcher program coming up soon. Last but not least, we had Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream. I guess the story behind this was that Velveteen Dream had previously been attacking Tommaso Ciampa with the cast on his arm, and that was pretty much the story within this match, where Dream was trying to get off a clean strike of the cast over Tommaso Ciampa. I feel like Tommaso Ciampa's a bit lost right now. I mean, no, let me scratch that. Let's go again. Tommaso Ciampa is lost right now in the NXT shuffle, but I think just character-wise, he needs to decide what he wants to do. Like, even him coming out with this whole new mask and dress up costume, like, it's all like, what are you? You know? What actually are you? What are you doing? Who do you represent? So I guess he needs to find himself a bit, because yes, he's finished this feud with Velveteen Dream, but it's like, what's next now? You know? I'm guessing this is done. What's next on the horizon? But like I say, it was a pretty good match. The main thing was Velveteen Dream trying to really get off that strike with the cast onto Tommaso Ciampa. Didn't work out in the end. And to end the match, we saw Tommaso Ciampa basically hit both of his finishes. The Willow's Bell, I believe he calls it. And then we saw the what is that other move he does? I've forgotten. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that's like set up like a pedigree. He lifts them and then drops them on their face. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's good. It was a good match. I'm just thinking, damn, these two, not even just Ciampa, the two of them have fallen from grace. And it's a main event in the way of, you know, they're probably the biggest stars on the card, but is something missing. There's just real meaning missing behind these two right now. Need to find their characters, and yeah, they're just, neither of them are doing much. They're not hot. They're nowhere near as hot as they used to be, and that's just a bit of a struggle for me to kind of get into it. You know, really get into it. But guys, that was your NXT review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed NXT as well. Like I said, very hard to repeat what they did with Halloween Havoc the week after, especially from an entertainment value. It was lacking. Very good wrestling throughout, like we always say about NXT, but from an entertainment value point of view, didn't hit the heights of last week at all. But like I say, the Kings of NXT versus Undisputed Era coming up for a possible War Games match. I cannot wait. That should be brilliant. And the Women's Championship, Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. Whenever we get that, that's really going to be good as well. Next week, I believe we've got Xia Li as she still is trying to find herself. She keeps getting these mysterious letters. She's going to be taking on Raquel Gonzalez. I hope Raquel Gonzalez squashes her to get her win back. I'm very invested in Raquel Gonzalez. So, yeah, I can't wait for that. Guys, if you enjoyed the review, please make sure you smash the like button. It does loads for the channel. We thoroughly appreciate it, like I said earlier. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.